Hello everybody. Today in this session we will discuss theories of profit. Now in the theories of profit, our main objective will be to understand the concept of profit. We will understand what is profit. Then we will be understanding different theories of the profit. In theories of profit, we will cover four main theories of the profit, like the innovation theory of profit, the risk theory of profit, the uncertainty bearing theory of profit, then finally the concept of normal profit. These are the four theories of the profit we'll cover in this session. Now, basically we'll address two question answer in this session. These two questions are, what do you understand by profit? Then second question is, discuss different theories of profit. So these are the two question answer I will be going to address throughout this session. Now first, we'll discuss the concept of profit. Profit is the income received by the organizer or entrepreneur. A firm makes profit when it receives a surplus after it has paid interest on borrowed capital, then wages to labor and rent for land. It is equal to difference between the total revenue received by selling of a commodity and total cost of production. This can be mentioned in a simple way, like profit equal to total revenue minus total cost of production, including interest, wages and rent. So what I said, I am repeating again. Profit is the equal to the difference between total revenue and total cost of production. That is, profit equal to total revenue minus total cost of production, including interest, wages and rent. So this is basically what profit is. Next, we will move to the different theories of profit. In different theories of profit, we will discuss four main theories. These are the innovation theory of profit, then the risk theory of the profit, then third is the uncertainty bearing theory of profit, then number four is the concept of normal profit. These are the four theories of the profit we are going to discuss. Now first we'll start with the innovation theory of profit. Innovation theory of profit, basically it's recommended and it was popularized by professor and economist Schumpeter. Professor Schumpeter attributes profit to dynamic change resulting from an innovation. According to Schumpeter, an innovation may consist of the new introduction of a product or the introduction of a new product, then the introduction of a new method of production, the opening up of a new market, the discovery of a new source of raw material, the reorganization of an industry. These are the some way how the innovations may take place. And any one of these innovations introduced by any entrepreneurs tend to reduce the cost of production of a commodity below its selling price so that profit emerges. So long as this particular innovation remains a secret, the entrepreneurs continues to earn profit. But this state of affairs cannot be continued for a long time, as because after some times the particular innovation will be generalized. Other entrepreneurs follow the same, and they also start producing same kind of products. And another thing here we need to keep in mind that competition from factor service tend to raise the cost of production. What I said, that competition for factor service tend to raise the cost of production, whereas increase in production leads to decrease in the price. Increase in production leads to decrease in price. This dual tendency ultimately leads to disappearance of profit. What happens? This dual tendency ultimately leads to disappearance of profit from the industry. The emergence of profit due to an innovation is not confined to only one industry. That means when innovation comes, that does not limit it to that particular industry, that spread in other sectors also, directly, indirectly. Innovation in one field may induce other innovations in related fields. For instance, the emergence of a rapidly growing motor car industry may in turn stimulate a wave of new investment in the construction of highways, rubber tires, and petroleum products, etc. Profits are both the cause and effect of innovation. What? Profit are both the cause and effect of innovations. The profit motives leads entrepreneurs to innovate. And when an entrepreneur innovates, profit emerges. Profit continues to arise and disappears. Now in one industry, then in another. They are temporary phenomena which occur to entrepreneurs who innovates. But after some time, when it becomes common, profit disappears naturally. So this is basically all about the innovation theory of profit. Now to sum up, what Schumpeter recommended, that innovation may take place in any way. For example, like a company can introduce a new product, new method of production. Innovation means something new, something new or creating new things. So it can be a new product, it can be a new method of production, it can be a new source of raw material, etc. Now, when innovations comes, that only does not touch that particular field, that also spread in other sectors also. Like we have gone through the example of the car industry. Car industry, like due to the rapid increase of the car manufacturing industry, there is a investment may increase in the construction of highways, rubber tires, then petroleum products. Demand for petroleum products may increase. So that how it's spread innovation, and that generate profits. Okay, but when the innovation is is staying with the innovators. Innovators means the company who is innovating that product or the innovative things. Up to that, company can earn profit. But when other companies start following the same and start producing same kind of products, that time profit sometimes become normal, and it may disappear also due to the cutthroat competition. Okay, so this is basically innovation theory of profit. Next, secondly, we'll discuss the risk theory of profit. What I said, the risk theory of profit. The risk theory of profit is developed by F.B. Holle. F.B. Holle, who regards risk-taking as the main function of entrepreneurs. What I said, F.B. Holle regards or recommends or says that risk taking as a main function of the entrepreneurs. Profit is the residual income which the entrepreneur receives because he assumes risks. The entrepreneur exposes his business to risks and receives in turn a reward in the form of profit. So profit is an excess of payment above the actuarial value of risks. Simply, profit is an excess payment as because entrepreneurs are taking risks, and as entrepreneurs are taking risks, profit is coming to the entrepreneurs. No entrepreneurs will be willing to undertake risks if he gets only normal return. Therefore, the reward of risk taking must be definitely higher than the actual value of risk taking. However, it can be summed up that the risk taking activity will be rewarded with profit. Okay, so the risk taking theory, we can sum up that the risk taking activity will be rewarded with profit. Like there is a saying, no risk, no gain. Okay, so in business, the entrepreneurs need to take risks to earn profit. This is basically the risk-taking theory of profit. Then the next theory is the uncertainty bearing theory of profit. I repeat, the uncertainty bearing theory of profit. Professor Frank H. Knight regards profit as the reward of bearing non-insurable risks and uncertainties. He distinguishes between insurable and non-insurable risks. Certain risks are measurable in as much as the probability of their occurrence can be statistically calculated. Some types of risks like fire, theft of merchandise, and of death by accident are insurable. But risks sometimes are borne by the insurance company, or we can say that such kinds of risks are taken care by the insurance company. There are certain unique risks which are difficult to estimate. What I said, there are certain unique risks which are difficult to estimate, and the uncertainty bearing theory is related to this area. The probability of their occurrence cannot be statistically computed because of the presence of uncertainty in them. What I said, that the probability of occurrence cannot be statistically computed because of the presence of uncertainty in them. Such unforeseen risks relate to change in price, demand, supply, etc. No insurance company can calculate the loss expected from such risks, and hence they are non-insurable. Profit, according to Knight, is the reward of bearing non-insurable risks and uncertainties. I repeat, profit, according to Knight, is the reward of bearing non-insurable risks and uncertainties. So this is basically all about the uncertainty bearing theory of profit. Here there are some insurable risks, non-insurable risks, And the uncertainty bearing theory of profit is basically focused on the non-insurable risks, the risks which are not being able to insure by the insurance company. And Professor Knight recommended that the reward of bearing non-insurable risks and uncertainties are profit. So this is basically the uncertainty bearing theory of profit. Then the last theory is the concept of normal profit. I repeat, the concept of normal profit. In economic theory, the concept of normal profit is an important analytical tool. It has been used extensively to explain the theory of the firm and the nature of profit. Alfred Marshall defines normal profit as the supply price of average business ability and energy. So it is a fair or normal rate of profit that must exist in order to attract men of adequate business ability to any industry. It is a reward which an entrepreneur expects to receive in the long run when the industry is in equilibrium, so that it includes the cost of production. Now we'll go to the modern concept of the normal profit. Modern economists have explained it in terms of transfer earning. Assuming all entrepreneurs are having equal efficiency, they must earn normal profit in order to stay in the industry. Normal profits are thus transfer earning to the industry which entrepreneurs must at least earn. Otherwise, they will transfer to any other industry generally. Now, another point of view, like we'll go through of another two renowned economists' definition of the normal profit. These are given by Stonier and Higg. Stonier and Higg defined normal profits as those which are just sufficient to induce an entrepreneurs to stay in the industry. The definition, which is in no way different from Marshall, is implicit that profit of all entrepreneurs in an industry must be equal in the long run. If an industry is earning supernormal profit, new firms will attracted to it, and supernormal profits will decline. On the contrary, if firms in an industry are incurring losses, some of them will have the industry supply will decline. Okay, what I said, that on the contrary, if firms in an industry are incurring losses, some of them will leave the industry. Automatically supply will decline, price will rise, and the firm will start earning normal profit. Now, in case of normal profit, simply we need to keep in mind that in the long run, companies or entrepreneurs should earn normal profit to survive in the business, or to do a long-term profit, to go for a long-term profitability. Now, if we talk about the industry, like in an industry, all firms are earning supernormal profit. Supernormal profit means profit is maximum. Profit is very attractive. So other companies will also establish firm into that industry, and due to that, the profit sharing ratio will reduce in that particular industry. Every company will start earning less profit because other companies are also entering into that industry. Now, if it happens that you know due to the lot of players or companies existing in a particular industry, some companies are start earning losses. So if some companies start earning losses, out of them some may leave that particular industry. If they leave, then supply of the product will decline. Automatically again price will rise, and you know the company, those who are surviving into that particular industry, they will start earning normal profit. So this is basically the concept of normal profit theory. Now today, like in this session, we have discussed theories of profit. To understand theories of profit, first we have discussed what is profit. Then we have discussed different theories of the profit. In different theories of profit, we have covered innovation theory of profit, then risk theory of profit, then we have discussed uncertainty bearing theory of profit, then the concept of normal profit. This we have discussed in our today's session. Thank you everybody for participating in this session.